What is up guys, Tired here, bringing you another character explained video featuring the wandering adventurer, Bartz from Final Fantasy V. So with the release of Ultimate Brothers, Bartz came back with his rework and his EX weapon now being realizable. First of all, a quick shout out to the creators of the DissidiaDB.com website, as most of the information that I will be sharing with you guys are from the site, and as well as the infographics created by the Tonberry Troop from the DFFOO subreddit. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. As you can see, Bartz is a melee DPS unit that can shave Brave with his gravity effect on his skills. He also does provide the party Brave battery, as well as a number of auras that you'll find later on in the video. So his first skill, Double Hand, at base form is a melee brave attack that turns into Double Hand Plus after 3 uses. The plus version is of course a more powerful attack that grants him a medium max brave up for 5 turns. Equipping the Double Hand Extend passive reduces the mastery requirement for the skill by 2 uses. The brave hits of the skill is increased to 3, and it gains a tremendous raise in total brave potency. It also triggers an HP attack after use. When using Double Hand, he grants himself a max brave up buff for 4 turns, while at Double Hand Plus, the skill gains an overflow of up to 120% of his max brave. The max brave up buff is also slightly improved and extends its duration by 1 turn. While Bartz is buffed, his Brave attack turns into Brave Attack Plus, which reduces the target's Brave by 20%, and it also raises the Brave potency and raises the party's Brave based on attack. Equipping his 15 CP weapon passive raises the Brave potency of Double Hand and Double Hand Plus. Missile, his second skill, reduces the target's Brave to 3/4 and performs a melee Brave attack. After 2 uses, Missile turns into Missile Plus, and the gravity effect is improved by reducing the target's Brave to half. It now grants the party Brave battery and grants him a small speed up buff for 5 turns. Equipping the Missile Extend passive gives Missile an additional use, and it reduces the master requirement of the skill by 1 use. When using Missile or Missile Plus, the Brave reduction percentage is improved, as well as performing an HP attack after use. When using Missile, the total Brave potency is greatly raised, and now grants him a small speed up buff for 5 turns. The party's Brave is also raised based on max Brave. As for Missile Plus, the Brave hits is increased to 2, and the Brave potency is raised, as well as the skill now gains a overflow of up to 120%. The speed up duration is also extended by 2 turns. Equipping his 35 CP weapon passive gives the skill an ability to debuff the target's defense for 2 turns. So basically, this is one of Bartz's gravity effect. Equipping his EX weapon, the Great Sword, gives him the ability to use his EX skill, Ianuki. This skill is a melee brave plus HP attack that raises his max brave attack and speed for 5 turns. Max limit breaking his EX weapon basically improves the skill by way of brave damage dealt and recast speed. At 2-3, however, it now provides the party brave battery based on max brave. Realizing his EX weapon into EX Plus drastically improves the stats provided by the weapon. At 0-3, the number of brave hits of the skill is increased to 2. The brave potency is also raised and the skill now gains an overflow of up to 120%. The skill now deals 50% of HP damage to non-targets. At 1-3, Bartz's max brave and attack is raised. At 2-3, Ianuki now reduces the target's brave by 50% and grants him his Wanderer buff for 4 turns. When the quest starts, he is granted this buff for 4 turns as well. The Wanderer buff raises his attack and raises the party's max brave overflow limit. At 3-3, the skill's brave hits is improved to 4, and the brave potency is tremendously increased as well as the overflow limit. His HP attack now turns into HP attack plus, which now deals melee brave plus HP attack. The party's brave is also raised based on the HP damage dealt. Some notable passives: his level 50 crystal passive raises the party's initial brave, max brave, attack and defense after mastering 2 abilities, which isn't really that hard to achieve. His 54 passive raises his attack and speed after mastering an ability. His 58 passive provides a party aura that raises the party's max brave and attack while buffed. His 68 passive further increases the party's max brave and attack by 10%. His AA ability slightly raises the party's max brave for 3 turns, and equipping his AA extend now slightly raises the party's attack. It is also important to note that having his World of Illusions weapon passive is also important as it provides an aura that raises the party's attack and speed after mastering an ability. Like his other Final Fantasy V companions, Bartz masters his skills after 1 use. He is an excellent brave shaver because of his gravity effect and also provides great brave battery to the team. His aura is also great, having these values: attack plus 65%, max brave plus 55%, initial brave by 25%, defense by 25%, speed by 10%, and an overflow limit of 20%. So, pairing him with another DPS as well as a support unit that can heal is ideal. The only downside that I see with him is that he has low brave hit counts. But I guess the gravity effect that he provides makes up for that. As for ingot recommendations, as he is a DPS type unit, it is recommended to have him at 3-3, as this allows him to use his HP plus, which helps his longevity. So yeah, there you have it guys, my quick explanation and overview for Bartz. Please consider leaving a like to the video if you were able to learn something about him. Also, please let me know in the comment section down below if you have him fully built, and yeah, tell me what's your verdict for him. And with that said guys, thanks for watching the video, good luck to your games, and I will see you next time.